welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and today we're bringing you another episode of what to do with our Dresden Blades or our Dresden Plates. And we're going to have a little bit of fun today. We're doing like three-dimensional objects with this. But first, I want to talk to you about Nora from Mostly Quilts. Her YouTube channel has always got something fun and interesting, and you know, I wanted to share that with you so you guys can go check her out if you want to. And I'll put her YouTube channel in the show notes below. So come on in. I got a Dresden purse to sew with you. Okay, for the Dresden purse, I used the 18-inch ruler here. This one. They're not 18-degree ruler. And I did cut the full 8 inches, right? Because I'm making a little purse for my granddaughter. So we decided we'd have some fun. So what you're going to need for the outside of the purse is 12 Dresden blades like this. For the inside of the purse, now which I've already sewn together, you're going to need another 12 and a scrap of fabric large enough to make a pocket, right? Like I just grabbed what was left out of the fat quarter and I decided, okay, I'm going to make a little pocket. You need enough fabric to make a 9-inch half circle. You need 2 of them, right? One of the backing or the lining and one of something that matches the front. And with the fabric, 2.5-inch strip. I'm sure we can find some of those lying around. Now with all of the fabric that I had, I have a little bit of green and a little bit of purple in all of them, right? So let me show you how to lay this out and sew this. I'm just going to put the strip and whatnot to the side here for now. Okay. So this comes together really quick. Now I've already done most of all of the inside because you don't need to see me struggle with that. So this, we lay it out this way, and then the middle, and then we lay 2 blades this way. Whoops, not that way, they don't cross. And then a side. So this is how they go. They're kind of big. So what happens is you start to get a curve. Now, what I've done is she's got all sorts of little toys that she likes to pack around. And I thought, okay, she likes greens and such like. So what you do is you start with the blades that are, you know, the same. Basically, you make this twice. You make 2 of these twice. So you've got 2 going one way and 1 going this way. And then 2 going that way. And it creates a curve. Now, let's just get this sewn up. You'll see it in a second, but you need 12 to make the outside of the purse and 12 for lining. So whatever you choose for a lining, or you can just cut it out of but you need the full 8 inches. And I got a little bit of swans going on here. I hope she likes this little purse. I'm going up to see her this weekend, and I'm hoping that she just goes, ooh, Grandma! So, she's 3, so it's exciting. You know, it's always exciting to see her. Actually, depending on the fabric you use, you could probably take this pattern and make it into an adult purse too, right? So, but, okay. Now, I finger press the back. As you go through this, you know, you guys that make purses, I'm sure that you do a better job with an iron and everything than I can do with a finger pressing. But there we go. We line it up and make sure we've got that needle match that we talked about in the last video. I don't know why they don't teach needle match anymore. It's the fastest way to get people to sew odd shapes together with, you know, with very little effort. So, okay, there we go. And we're going to put this together just like this. This will be a cute little outside of the bag. And you can mix and match them up. You can put all different Dresden blades if you want. You know, I had enough fabric to do 2 of each. And I dug through my scraps. I think I used a fat quarter of, you know, a low volume neutral that was green and purple. Had greens and purples in it, so it's all good. Okay. Now, lay all this out. Just finger press all of this open. Okay, here we go. Or you can, you know, give it a good press. Now this the shape kind of looks weird, but it does work into a purse. Now I've done the other side already. I've sewn it all together, but I get all my sides together first. It's a very simple little pattern. And that you just use from your templates, right? Like from the templates I gave you, you know, where it says make 20, well in this case make 12, right? And my husband keeps telling me we should make some more three-dimensional objects, and I just like, oh. Purses aren't really three-dimensional, I guess. I just groan at the idea of a three-dimensional object. It takes a whole different skill set, right? So now we have this piece and we have an identical piece, right? So I want to sew this piece down like this. Okay, and I want to make sure, because this is the sides. Okay, I'll make sure I get a perfect 1/4 inch, because otherwise it's going to look funny. And perfect 1/4 inch down there. This thing is sticking. Oh, I lost Bob and Chicken. Hang on. I lost Bob and Chicken because I was not paying attention to what I was doing. Okay. Put another green in there, it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm still working on the donation of thread that my friend gave me. I'm just so happy to get it. All the costs of stuff have gone up so much here in Canada. It's ridiculous. But as long as the thread is still good and it has been stored correctly, which this has, you know, you can use it, right? Just give it a pull test, you know. All right, so now I've got this. I'm going to finger press it open. Now it's starting to look really weird, doesn't it? It looks like, what kind of shape purse are you going to make? So now I line this up with this. There, oops, I gotta get that perfect 1/4 inch match. There we go. If you're wondering what I'm talking about when I'm talking about needle matching, we talked about needle matching when we were doing the tumbler video for the Dresdens. And this is kind of an extra little video for you so that you can, you know, instead of having our typical case study where we're doing a block, a square block, you know, with a middle, a sides, and, you know, corners, right? So now you take this like this, and if you need pins to do so, I would grab some pins. But what we're going to do is we're going to line all of this bottom edge up, just like this, right? Because we want the same shape as our interfacing. I'm just going to go over here. I should probably open up that seam because it's starting to feel funny. Hang on. Hang on. I'm going to finger press open a seam. Hang on. I do a lot of finger pressing in my sewing room, especially when we're filming. It's like, ugh. Now, what you want to do is you want to match up this center lime green, to the center lime green about a 1/4 inch down. Right? And then just give it a quick spin. Now it should match up on the other side, right? Just like this. Now if you're using heavier canvasy type material to make this purse, I would definitely recommend pinning. Because stuff starts to slip the heavier it gets, right? So yeah, I would definitely be. And you just want to do a quick one here on the side. That's coming right through. Yes, it does. Okay. Yeah, I would definitely recommend that you pin when you're doing the bottom. You want things to stay open so it lies a little, easier. It's easier to sew, and it sews a little flatter. Okay. Now, there are some of you that say to sew from the middle out to both sides, which is also a good idea, but that depends on what kind of skill level you've got. I am not going to tempt fate. I want this to turn out perfect because it's my granddaughter's and she loves the stuff I make her. There we go. Gotta get that pin out of the way so I don't sew over it. And then I just backstitch at that corner, because if the purse has any stress anywhere, it's going to be at the corners. And if the seam's going to pop, that's where it's going to pop. So now I just flip this over. I get to another starting point. And I look at the middle again. And now I'm going to backstitch to hold everything in place. Because you didn't backstitch at the start. I got bad habits of quilting. You never backstitch anything, right? So, okay, there we go. And pull out that last pin. And you kind of tip it a bit. And go back and forth. There. There we go. Now, there is our purse, right? Now, you can trim, I would trim these little corners a bit, just to give you a little bit more room to turn, and you get a little sharper point when you're done. But I trim long and deep, right? Versus like the 45-degree angle. So I'm just going to leave these handies, because obviously I'm going to need them. So now, this is what it's going to look like when the purse is done, right? You're going to have your opening and everything here. Just like that, right? Except now we got to put the lining in, and of course our circle, right? Our circle top. So let's do our circle first. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I've pinned. Just take your time. And I did a little back stitch at the beginning. And I know we don't sew curves until curve boot camp, but this is a big curve. It's easy to sew. Now, if you were making a purse for an adult, you could add a lining that's stiffer, or interfacing that would stiffen it. There. This is just for a little one, so it's all good. It's all good. There. So there's my 9-inch half circle sewn. And we'll flip that around like so. And we'll just... now this is where I would press, but I mean, I would sit and bring out if I was doing something for myself or for an adult, but I'm just going to quickly finger press this into place, and I'm going to top stitch it down. And if it was firmer, right, we would have it a little bit, it's not going out. Yes, there it is. There it is. There. Sometimes you got to negotiate them a little bit to make it happen. There we go. Now I'm going to change feet real quick like. Well, I suppose I could do that with this. Yeah, why not? Let's try it. Let's try it. It's all green. Let's see. And I'm just going to top stitch around the very edge of this, just to hold it in place and give it a more finished look, so it stays. If my daughter has to wash it for my granddaughter, then it will stay, it'll keep its shape. There. Now, let's get last thing before we start putting this purse together is the handle. Right now, there's a couple ways of doing the handle. You can either do it where it's a wide handle and it's doubled, or you can do it where it's a skinny handle. I think I'm going to do a wide handle because she's pretty short. She's only 3. I'm going to take this and I'm going to just sew it there. It's right side to right side, and I'm just going to take and put a 1/4 inch seam down each side. I had fun looking through my fabrics for like green and purple, because I figured that was a good color for my little granddaughter. Okay, when I get to the end, I'm going to pivot. It's short, a 1/4, like it's a very, very, very like 1/8 of a seam. There. And then I just go up the other side. So this handle is 22 inches. So it'll be like 11 inches when she's wearing it. Like it'll be an 11-inch drop. Okay. There we go. Now, I'm just going to turn that inside out. So there's our handle. That was quick and painless, relatively painless. We're just going to start pushing this. I take the other end and I start pushing this in. And what I do is I take my stitch ripper, without the stitch ripping part, and I just push this along until it goes through. Now there's other tools you can use too. You can use whatever long skinny thing you've got around. But there we go. Pull that out and just go like that. And now I will stop this and I'm going to go iron this. Okay, I'm going to iron it nice and flat, okay, and I'll be right back. Okay, so it's all pressed and all nice and neat, and I'm just going to put 1/4 inch top stitching on this for just to make sure it stays like this. So, like, you know, she's 3, right? So if she takes it off to the sand pile or the beach, you know, or spills juice on it, she now has something that, you know, she can throw in the wash, and it's not going to be ruined. And you see this corner is not perfect. There's no way I can press that out. But I've tried. So we get as best we can. That's fine. There we go. It's going to be hidden inside the purse anyway, so it's all good. Well, one of the things on the lining of the purse, and I'll show you here in a sec. And so this is the selvage, so it's, you know, it's going to be all, it's all good. Because it's not going to fray or anything like that. Now, one of the things with the selvage, what I did, and I'm going to show you this in a sec. I have a hole. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this inside out. And for the pocket, I just found a long skinny scrap that was left over from the fat quarter, and I ironed it flat, and then I just sewed around it and put it on to the purse. So it is nothing, you know, nothing outstanding. You can make a pocket any way you want. That's the way I made mine. So there we go. Now I'm just going to put this like this, or I'm going to put this inside of here, right? And we're going to have to do a little squishing to get all this in, but we have, because it's Dresden's, we now have parts that we have to match up. Now, the other thing too, when you're doing your purse, usually on a purse, a woman's purse, this part here, the pocket, is hidden by or concealed by a flap. So this is where you would put your flap in. Oh, I hope I do this right. So this is where the flap would go in. So it'd be right side to right side. And just a minute here. Losing stuff here. Let me get this out of the way. Hang on. We might have to manhandle the purse a bit. Okay, so we're going to go here like this. And we're going to put it here on the purse. Then we match up the Dresden's this way. Now we're going to just pin all this stuff in place. So the green touches the green and the white touches the white for the lid, right? Okay, now we're just going to maneuver this a bit. Oh my gosh. All right. And I couldn't pick up the pin today to save my soul. Okay. Now you just keep moving this around. Okay. So this goes here nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. And this goes right here. There. Doing the lid is always the hardest part. For me, anyways, on little tote bags or little kind of bags, any kind of bags. And, yeah. There it is. All winds up. Okay. Here. Now, when you get to the sides, okay, you have to remember that they are, you want the side to be hidden, right? The handles to be hidden. So now you're going to get this and you're going to put it in like so. And you're hoping that you don't twist the, make sure the thing is not twisted, because that will just cause more grief. And you want this to be centered on that short side, on the one side, and then centered on the short side from the outside of the purse. Okay. And you line all those up and pin it in place. There we go. Pin that in place. Now, last chance to make sure this is not twisted. This is perfect. Okay, and then you line this up again to the middle of the short side, right? That middle there, and then the middle here. Boy, if I sewed this wrong, there's going to be a lot of unpicking. I haven't done one of these in so long. Oh, wow. Oh, well. I won't make you watch me unpick everything. How's that? How's that for a deal? If I sew it wrong, you know you have to unpick it and try again, right? No. Just teasing. Just teasing. Okay, now, this lid is poking up. So you make sure the lid pokes down, or you push it down a bit, just so it all lines up. And it's being stubborn. Lie flat! I won't lie flat. I don't want to. There we go. That's better. Well, not gonna work. I'm not gonna do it. There we go. Flat-ish. Flat-ish is better than not flat. And grab just the other side of this, push it down just a bit, line it up to the other side. There we go. And now you finish pinning around So we make sure everything lines up. Okay. And there we go. Line that up. And you're just basically now lining up your Dresdens, right? Where the seams are. That's the simplest way to explain it, I guess. Last pin in. Now, if you want to pin a bit more, you can, right? But remember, we have a hole here to turn everything, right? And that hole is starting to look smaller and smaller all the time. Okay, let's get this done. Okay. All right, let's go around this and see what we've got, what mess we've created. No, we're not creating a mess. We're creating a cute little purse. Let's go back and forth a bit. There we go. And just make sure everything is pushed down into place. Yes, it is. Pull your pins. Don't sew over your pins. There, get that out of the way because that's bugging me. Okay, now. As you come up on that first shape there, the edge of that, if it's been stubborn, which mine is being, just hold it in place a little bit with your pin. Like, use your pin as a stiletto, right? Kind of negotiate it a little more firmly in place. And then we're now crossing the handle. So just make sure everything's lying flat. Yes, it is. Nice. Again. There we go. Here. Okay. Yeah. Kind of a cute little basket style purse, I guess. Will be wider at the top and at the bottom. I suppose you could turn this around the other way too and have it wider at the bottom. You know, just make your top and bottoms different. There we go. Then we'll get that strap sewn in. And this is the side of the strap that didn't matter how much pushing I did on the iron. It was not coming out to be nice and square, but that's okay because it's going into the seam. There we go. And yep, that's all. Okay. Now, at this point, I'm just going to quickly run this through. I'm feeling pretty confident, and I'm going to reinforce where the straps are. Just because that's what, if they're going to pop, that's what they're going to do. They're going to pop right there. Right? So I'm just, because I only sewed over it once, so I would reinforce this. And just give it a good, you know, back and forth. Okay. And just give it a back and forth a couple of times. It'll be fine. And on the other side, make sure you do the same. I just feel better about straps like that. They're done that way. I don't have to worry about them popping. There. Now the fun part. Let's see if we can't turn this. I might need my stitch ripper. Now, I've left it so that all of the pleats are sewn down. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to try to attempt to turn this without getting my stitch ripper out and having to make a bigger hole, because that is starting to look really tiny to get all of this through. But well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It might be just fine. Could be just fine. Yeah, I think it'll work. It'll work. It'll work. There we go, and we'll just turn all of that inside out there. Now I'm just going to pop out these edges here a bit, just so I have a good line to follow. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I close up this hole right before I start playing around with anything else. Make sure I can't turn it again, right? But first, let's make sure it all, yes, it's all turned the right way. And the straps are on right, like it's not twisted. Woohoo! Yes, we did. Okay, we did it. Yay! First time. Okay. So, and my foot pedal has decided to leave. Okay. Now let's get this sewn up on the bottom. And you just need a little, thin little stitch there to close it shut. Keep it shut. That's all. There we go. There we go. So now, this is going to look like this when you're finished, right? That's what it's going to look like. So here's your cute little bag. And like I say, if you wanted to change this around and make this your top and this your bottom, that's easy enough for you to do. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to run a top stitch along the edge here just to hold everything in the right place. Okay? And then we'll get, I'm just going to put a quick little top stitch, right? And then we'll get to our ta-da moment. Okay, so you see how this cute little purse for my granddaughter was made from this 18-degree easy Dresden ruler. And you can make this out of any of them. We do have templates for you in the show notes below. But this is just really cute. I have a cute little button for this. And I'm going to use a little snap just to close it off. And I'll hand sew that later tonight. If you put interfacing in, this does not fold. Like it doesn't, like right now it's folding like this. But if you put interfacing in, it tends like a heavier weight in interfacing. It would tend to remain open. And also, this can be your top. And this can be your bottom. And you would put your, of course you would put your handles from this side and your little lid, the flap, you could put that on this side. And have your purse different again, right? Just by using Dresdens. So, I hope you kind of like this idea. I thought this was kind of a cute little basket purse for her. But, anyways, I hope you have an absolutely gorgeous week ahead. And you have lots of fun in your sewing room. Okay, you take care. Bye! My husband and I would like to thank you for watching today. We're so happy about the way our channel has grown. And we just want to wish you so well in your journey along with us. Please like, share, and subscribe, and tell your friends. Now, the next thing is this quilt. We are wondering if you guys would like this quilt as a free sew along on this channel this fall, this coming fall, winter. We were kind of thinking that this one would be really fun to do. We could do it in a larger size or a smaller size, it's up to you, but this one was a lot of fun to make. And it's all, it lends itself to being hand stitched, but you can also do this on a sewing machine as well. So let us know in the comments below. Remember, share, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Okay, have a great week ahead. Bye!